Okay, well today we're going to be doing a timing belt change, which will also involve changing out the accessory belts, the water pumps, and the cam seals. So first thing you're going to do is have to drain the radiator, which I've already done, and disconnect the battery. Then we're going to start with removing the air tube over here. Okay. And next comes removing the upper radiator hose. I've already gone through the trouble of breaking these loose. Now, in order to gain some additional access under to the timing belt, what I'm going to do is remove the radiator fans and the radiator. That'll give me another at least 6 inches of space to play with. Okay, in order to remove the radiator, you have to undo the lower radiator hose over here, and then there's a bolt for this bracket that connects the AC lines, and this other bolt over here. Now, top side, there is a bolt right in here, and on the other side as well, that holds the top of the radiator in place. After those are removed, we should just be able to lift this up. You don't have to actually remove the electric fans, but make sure to undo the wire connectors. Okay, well, I've removed all of the bolts holding the radiator fan. And all I need to do is kind of wiggle it back and forth, and clear these hoses. And it should be able to just lift out, unless I'm missing something, which might be. No, that's there. I just need 2 hands. You can tell it opens up a world of room, so I can get to the crank bolts in here. Okay, in order to remove the valve cover gasket, or the valve cover, first we're going to have to remove PCV valve. It's right here, and also make sure to undo these 2 bolts that attach the ignition coil to the valve cover. Okay, after removing the valve cover, now it's time to start working on the timing belt covers over here. I got some bolts on that side. Looks like somebody was here before me and lost one. And there are a couple of bolts down here as well. Okay, well, I've removed these 4 bolts over here, so I can now lift the upper timing belt cover off. And the next part, to get at the middle piece over here, we need to remove the water pump pulley. And there's a little trick to it on Miata.net. They were talking about using the belt to hold the pulley in place while you use the other hand and to free these bolts right here. It's a 10mm. It doesn't take very much. After that, you should be able to take it off with your fingers. Okay, before the lower timing belt cover can be removed, we need to remove the harmonic balancer. Now, the first thing that we need to do is put the car in gear, so that way we won't be accidentally turning the engine while we're trying to wrestle these 4 little bolts right here out. Fortunately, we don't have to remove the main crank bolt, just these 4, and this should come off. We also need to keep note of how the spacers and the washers in front of and behind the balancer come off in the order they come off. And instead of applying even pressure and possibly turning the engine, it's better to just shock them. It's a real quick hit. Doesn't take very much. There. They're all broken loose. I should be able to get them. It's just my hands.